I sold 6 handbags this year. Oh my gosh. And I want to share with you the reasoning why I sold it. And did I lose money? Did I gain money? So please stay with me. Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for clicking. I truly appreciate your interest and your support to my channel. Today's video is about handbags that I sold in year 2020 and the reason why 2020 oh my goodness, I still live in last year. In 2021, the handbags that I sold in 2021, the reasoning behind those sales, and did I make some money, did I lose some money on sale of those handbags. But before we proceed, first and foremost, I want to invite you to join my family, subscribe to my channel, show your interest to the contents that I do. If you really like luxury, if you specifically love the handbags, please join my family, click that red button, ring the bell, because I definitely want to see you again on my channel. Also, I want to share my new shirt. It's from Lily Silk. I really love it. It's a gorgeous, I think kind of like almost like a navy blue color, and this is actually my third purchase from Lily Silk. Before that, I got myself a cashmere sweater, and then I got kind of like a turtleneck, but it's also from silk. It's kind of like, it's knitted, but it's a knitted silk. I'm maybe gonna insert some pictures wearing those items, but today that's what I'm wearing. I actually pair it with my Chanel pants. You know what, I'm gonna actually stand up. So this is the shirt. I really love it. It's kind of like a stand color, and it's closing right there at the back. Hopefully it's focusing. And I pair it with my Chanel pants. You can see it. Really just want to make sure that I'm in focus. Really love this shirt, guys. Absolutely fantastic quality. It's kind of like, you know, hugging you all over. And as I said, it's not my first purchase from Lily Silk. I may be gonna even insert some kind of clip, guys, when I was talking to you. You know, the packaging, everything, it arrives quite quickly. I have nothing negative to say, and quite often they have really big sales, like, you know, 50% off, 70% off. So if you like this kind of look, I would say subtle but at the same time sophisticated, please check Lily Silks. I'm gonna link their website in the description box. I don't have any special discount code or anything for you guys. It just, if you like the look, if you like the quality, just check their website. They always have huge sale. Anyway, let's start it with the handbags that I sold this year. Really you know, happy that I actually sold those handbags, because quite often you sell and then you almost get some kind of remorse, like, you know, why did I do that? No remorse whatsoever this year, and I will tell you the reasoning why I sold it. The first handbag that I sold, it's my Chanel Coco handle. It was old, small size. I think right now it's a size medium, but I mean, it's a size of jumbo. Like, you know, it's a big handbag. It's a big handbag. And it was old style when you still have a fabric interior. And also in that specific size, in the front pockets, you have also an additional kind of like fabric pockets, and they're really sticking out. And I really dislike those pockets. So anyway, I love the color, and I had it in gorgeous beige, like kind of, they call it dark beige, but to me just a beige with lizard embossed handle in burgundy color. That handbag is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But previously also I had such a bad experience with my black Coco handle. I had really bad wear off in the corners, and this handbag is light color, and I was so worried. You know, I literally just wore few times, just a handful of times, and every time I wore it, I'm paranoid. Those pockets at the front, they're bothering me. I'm always afraid that if I gonna accidentally, like, you know, push something inside the handbag without looking, and maybe I gonna somewhat damage those pockets. I mean, long story short, it was an easy handbag to use for me personally, and I decided to sell. So, and I got a quote from Fashion File, and it was decent quote. But then also I decided to get the credit from Fashion File, and you know, all in all, believe it or not, I got all my money back and a little bit of the profit. I would say, you know, not a little bit, I would say. If we don't count in the taxes, I mean, if I'm gonna add the taxes, and in Toronto we have 13% taxes, I got all my money back in about, like, you know, maybe $150 on top. But without taxes, I actually even got like $600 or something. So it wasn't any kind of like sad, oh my gosh, I got that bag, I lost the money or anything. No, I didn't lose any single dime. So, and I got it. And the reason also because I eventually decided to sell it, because I got my Chanel 19 in caramel, and I love that handbag more. I love the shade of that color a little bit more, because it's a little bit more practical. There is no issue in the corner wear because it's much softer, so I wasn't worried bumping into the corners or anything like that. And frankly, it's a little bit even easier to use, because in general I love just the one compartment handbags. This is just my personal preferences. So anyway, the next handbags that I sold in 2021, it's my Louis Vuitton Limited, and I love that bag. I love that bag so very much. I used it quite well, you know, let me tell you. It's not that, oh my gosh, I didn't use it. In equivalent to, like, let's say Chanel Coco handle, I didn't really use it much because I was worried to use. Limited, I really used it, I loved it, etc. But because recently I got myself 2 handbags from Louis Vuitton equivalent of the use, and it's on the go. I got myself on the go in canvas, and I got myself on the go in leather. So I'm thinking, why should I have, like, you know, in the clothes or similar use handbag into my collection? And also because, as I said, I used it already a lot, and I usually like to liquidate my handbags when they're still in fairly decent shape, that somebody even after me happy to use that handbag, and I somewhat can recapture some of the, you know, proceeds from the sale of that handbag. So, and I sold that handbag to, once again, Fashion File, and I definitely lost on that handbag. I lost about, I would say, what did I put over here? I lost it about $550 on sale of that handbag, but no regrets whatsoever. The next handbag, I sold it once again to Fashion File. It's a multicolor Shirley clutch from Louis Vuitton, and I actually purchased this handbag from Fashion File. And believe it or not, I purchased for $390 from Fashion File, and I sold it back to Fashion File for $550. I actually made $160 US, so it's, which is more than 200 Canadian, I would say about 220 Canadian, 210 Canadian on the use of that handbag. So I purchased, I use it, I sold it back to Fashion File, and I still make money, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Reason why I sold that handbag, it's quite cute, but very, very small, and I literally only used it on the vacations, like, you know, when I'm going on vacations, and I literally just have to have my cell phone, lipstick, maybe, you know, key for the room, etc. Not much. So in the real everyday life, it was quite difficult to use, and, you know, I didn't really use it, and I decided to sell. So that was the sale of my multicolor Louis Vuitton Shirley clutch, and as I said, I made the money on the sale of that handbag. The next handbag that I sold is my Reissue Mini, Chanel Reissue Mini in emerald green color. Oh my gosh, that handbag is so beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And anytime I looked at that handbag, I was just gasping. You know, it was so pretty. Like, I mean, the color is phenomenal. Actually, right now, the green color, it's color of this season. I could have used that handbag and rock it, you know, but it was, you know, difficult color for me to style, especially because it was iridescent, you know, very shimmery green. I used it just a handful of time for special occasion, and it was all the time sitting in my closet, even when I'm thinking that it will go with my outfit. It's very seldom I'm actually reaching for that specific handbag. I would have chosen something more practical. So anyway, I decided that, you know, it's not really a practical color for me, and I thought I still need something in my collection as a reissue, but more practical, I thought. And what do you think? I got myself reissue in the rose gold, once again iridescent. It's another iridescent reissue in the pink color. So another extremely unpractical color. I guess I cannot help it myself. When I'm buying reissues, it has to be something extremely unpractical. Anyway, I sold this handbag to a local Canadian Luxe de Jour consignment store, and I pretty much got my money back. I just maybe lost on the taxes, but like, I mean, the taxes that I paid on top of the actual cost of the handbag, but pretty much I got all my money back. I could have obviously sell it for more, because I decided to get the money, not doing consignment with them, and they literally put the handbag for sale, and it was sold in a couple of hours. And you know, not a smart move on my part, but nevertheless, no regrets. I got kind of equal, not really losing much. The next handbag I sold, it's Speedy 25 in azure and damier azure. And the reason that I sold that handbag, I loved it so very much. Also recently I got myself Louis Vuitton Speedy, you know, in dove gray, kind of very light color, so it's perfect for summer, actually all years around. I love that handbag. And I noticed that I don't really use Speedy Azure so very much, and anytime I use, I kind of like really worry about vachetta. I once, you know, got caught in the rain and I got some little spots on vachetta, and it was like such a disaster to removing those spots. But anyway, I was able to repair and remove all those spots. And it was obviously light color, so I was really worried of using that handbag. And when it comes to handbags, I truly don't like these nagging feelings that when I'm not really using my handbag properly, not enjoying the use of the handbag. And once again, I couldn't stand it, and you know what, I decided to sell it. I sold it once again to Fashion File, and I got loss on that handbag for sure, keeping in mind it was in pristine condition. And on top of everything, which is quite rare, that Speedy was actually made in France. So, and I still lost about $570 selling that handbag. So anyway, I got some new handbags into my collections, and I'm happy, really happy. The next handbag and the last handbag, it's handbag number 6 that I sold this year. It's Hermes 24 size 29. And when I recently did my handbag collection, I had, you know, multiple questions like, you know, oh my gosh, what happened to your 24, why you sell it, etc. And I will put my reasoning over here. So first and most, do I love the handbag? Yes, Absolutely, absolutely. I love the handbag. I enjoy wearing the handbag. I mean, the functionality, etc., etc. Some people complaining about location of the strap on the back. I find it's like, you know, actually quite easy to use it on the shoulders, and I'm kind of almost like putting on the shoulders and holding by the top handle. It's kind of really convenient, like at least for me personally. And when I still had that handbag, and when people were asking me, DMing me on Instagram or even on my YouTube channel, do you love the handbag? I always say, yes, I love it. And if you go back to people that I actually reply about this 2424 handbag, I always said, don't get it in heavy leather. Just make sure that your handbag in light leather, like something like Togo, because my handbag was actually in Maurice. They call it Turilium Maurice. It's kind of new style of Clemence leather. It's as heavy as Clemence. It's robust leather, but it's also a little bit more structured, like comparing to Clemence. It doesn't really sag much. It's really standing like in shape, but it's really very, very thick, robust leather. And oh my gosh, that handbag was heavy, 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 heavy. It was heavy by itself, but then when I put my bag organizer and my stuff, it's literally killing my shoulders, killing my hand. And that's the only reasoning I decided to part with that handbag. Not because I didn't like the style, not because I didn't like the functionality, only because of the leather. And if I could find that handbag in lighter leather, I would say Togo, or maybe even something lighter than Togo. I don't know what could be, because they mostly do either in Clemence or Maurice, or in Togo leather. I don't know if they do in any other different leather. Mostly they don't. But if I could find in something even lighter, like really, really light leather, I would go for that handbag in a heartbeat, because I really love the handbag. I just hate the heaviness of that leather, and that's the only reason I decided to sell, because I used actually a handful of times, and I noticed that I literally could use it just for a couple of hours, and I wanna, you know, take that handbag off and switch to another handbag. Not because I didn't enjoy the look, not because I didn't enjoy the functionality, but how heavy is that handbag. And keeping in mind that that handbag is extremely, extremely expensive, thinking that it's sitting in my closet and I'm not using because it's so heavy, I decided, while it's still in pristine condition, I want to sell it and recapture my proceeds as much as I could. Anyway, I sold that handbag to Fashionphile. I still got the loss, you know, on that handbag, keeping in mind that it was really pretty much brand new in pristine condition. I lost about $1,000 on that handbag, keeping in mind without the taxes. If I'm gonna add the taxes and everything, I lost more than $2,000 on that handbag. So as I said, whenever people were asking me if I love the handbag, I love the handbag, but just make sure that you don't get it in heavy leather. And right now, having this experience with this really heavy leather, even from now on, if I get anything from Hermes, I almost don't want it in Clemence leather, unless if it's a small handbag, really small one, it's okay, I don't mind it. But if anything like 29, 30 plus, like, you know, I don't want it in Clemence leather. Even if it's a quota bag, whatever, I don't want it in Maurice, I don't want it in Clemence, because personally for me, it's too heavy. So that's the handbags that I sold this year. If you have a questions, please don't hesitate, ask me and I will answer. Also recently I did video, you know, the collection of my handbags this year. Please check that video. I'm gonna link it somewhere. Please check that video as well. And I guess that's it for today, and I will see you on my next one. Bye bye.